Hi.
Hi, Tom.
I am.
Yeah, okay. You recognize you. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. We just want to know, is Cars road trip the worst overlay that you've ever seen? I was watching the videos. Okay, did he say anything about it already?
I don't know. Like, the studio tour wasn't great, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like it's not worse. Like, they definitely didn't put work into it. But I don't know if it's worse, right? Because I always felt like families probably go on that and they feel like, oh, I wasted like 25 minutes, you know? And now it's like a 6-minute little kid ride. Like, it's not great, but
No,
it's at least the same as what it was, right?
The park has no rides, so probably they keep it until they...
It's better to not lose more, right? You already, Rock and Roller Coaster's out of commission, right?
Yeah, because he's here the second time, first time since 10 years. So we did the tower with Ratatouille, and now we can skip over. So that's it. Because it's just like two ride park. Because Crash Coaster is more chance to get on, and that's too late. Yeah. But okay, we will see. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Where did you get your shirt?
Oh, this is Disney World.
Disney World.
Yeah, we have a lot of character shirts now like this.
But how were you allowed to travel? That's for business? Because
They just on June 9th. They started allowing vaccinated Americans. You had to have a PCR test and your proof of vaccination. But now we just got moved. While we were here, they moved us to green. I don't even have to show that now. I can just travel.
Because we are not allowed to go to the US.
Yeah.
Since, I don't know, 1.5 years something.
Yeah.
We're waiting so we can go back. We have to wait. I hope in summer sometime.
I assume soon. I would think soon.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Hello, everyone. Sorry, met some nice people here at Walt Disney Studios Paris as we were getting ready to go to the cars. Oh, the weather's finally blowing in, I think. Maybe we won't be able to go on the road trip due to weather. I don't know. I assume this can run in the rain. We're going to find out. Yeah, this is an interesting park. A very interesting park. Can only get better though, right? I mean, even though it's just Frozen Ever After and a reskin of Rock and Roller Coaster and Web Slingers, I think those are all good additions for this park. They'll certainly make this park more of a destination. In a resort that doesn't have Toy Story Mania, Spider-Man, I think, is a good addition. There's no shooting ride in this park. It's pretty different from Buzz Lightyear. Obviously, as you guys join us, please hit the like button. It really helps us out. Helps people find this stream now and later. And later is important because we're on in our core audience, the US. It is very early. Not as early as our stream yesterday, but... I don't think they're getting Star Wars at all now. Last I heard, that's off the table. So I think there will be some new next phase component that isn't Galaxy's Edge related for this park, but Frozen and Marvel still on their way. Carburetor County Customizers. Liquid tire in a can. No, the entrance, we are in a very different place than the entrance was. The entrance was all the way over by Tower Terror, near where Lights Motors Action was. Excuse me, Motors Action here. His smog attack. All right, let's go in. Call her Hot Rod is her name. I do like these big tail lights, though. I'd very much like to own a big tail light. I mean, any park could use Cars Land, but I think Cars Land being exclusive to California Adventure makes California Adventure special and a destination. I still believe the worst thing this company does is clone everything. Some things make sense. Some things should be, but I think every resort needs a couple of things that are these big, amazing draws that are just theirs. You know, international travel exists, and you should let some of it happen. I mean, it exists again now, but, you know, it'll exist in full again in the not-too-distant future. One.
In just a moment. Throughout your journey, please refrain from eating, drinking, and smoking. For your safety, remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the tram at all times. Oh, and don't forget to supervise your little ones.
I'm in the back row of just one of the trams. I mean, it's a whole like little train. It's like like a parking lot tram, or the, same as the backlot tour was in Florida. So we're not all the way in the back. We're definitely more towards the front. Something interesting happened. We were supposed to wait a couple more moments, but I guess you're supposed to load both sides of the queue, and people didn't, so they just pulled us as soon as we went through that turnstile. We basically skipped a large portion of the line. I think everyone expected me to be meaner about this ride than I actually was. But I think the thing a lot of people forget is the tram tour here wasn't good to begin with. Like, at least the last version of it was pretty bad. So this is at least the same, if not slightly improved. Is it good? No. But it's short enough to where it's like it's a kids outdoor dark ride. I say dark ride even though it's outdoors. But think like Heimlich's Choo Choo Train, right? just an outdoor cute little thing that doesn't, if it doesn't have a weight, it's at least worth doing with the kids. It's a few minutes of entertainment.
Bonjour tout le monde, je m'appelle Sally et je serai votre guide pour vous faire découvrir la route 66 en compagnie de mon ami Rose Ramirez. Thanks, Sally. I'm so excited to check out Route 66 with you. I'm ready to meet it, read it, and defeat it. Oh là, cruise! Sur la route 66, on prend son temps et on s'abandonne au plaisir de rouler. Oh, right. Slow it down. Relax. And is that a trail like that up ahead? Oui, le plus gros époux de roue du monde.
Salut Sally. Salut Cruz. Admirez le plus gros écran de roue du monde. Catch out. Yes. A nugget this big. I must be dreaming with pinch me good. Les amis, il y a 40
So I thought this was a building over here, this world's largest road map. This is actually just the remains of Dinotopia.
What were all those crazy things built along Route 66? Les attractions au bord de la route ont été construites pour divertir les voyageurs. Le garage, pardon. Oh, the Rose Garage. I'd be dying to get out. Hey, it's the Copper Canyon traffic maze. I've been there. Wow, tu as réussi à sortir du labyrinthe. It was amazing. Je suis irrésistiblement attirée par la vue de la route. Don't drive in there unless your bumper's on good and tight. Et pour finir, le canyon de catastrophe. We're driving into Carstaspe Canyon? Oui, une
boy.
montagne de loin naturel secouée par des microséismes toutes les 5 minutes. What? The canyon has an episode every 2 minutes? Oui, that's awesome. Ah, nous y voilà. Tiens, nous allons dans le canyon. Veuillez laisser assis et gardez les mains et les bras à l'intérieur du crâne. Merci. All right, we're making a short scheduled stop here in the canyon. Please remain seated and keep your hands and arms inside the tram. Thanks. Wow, this canyon is so beautiful and calm. Seulement en apparence.
Uh-oh.
Wow, Peter!
Veuillez tous venir ici faire un bain de toilette. Rien ne vaut un bon vieux lavage naturel à l'ancienne. Un bain chaud. Attention, préparez-vous. Elle arrive.
We got no fire today. No fire. Magic smoke. Nothing was on fire. Magic smoke. Au revoir, burnt bud. Au revoir.
I've never seen this art. What's it like? J'ai des photos des œuvres d'art de Martin.
Come back soon.
Martin a sculpté une reproduction du Mont Rouillard représentant quelques-uns de ses amis. Wow! There's a Mr. McQueen, Doc Hudson, and even later, the Great White Wall of China. Martin se mesure au plus grand. Une de mes créations préférées est sa statue de Lysité. Oh, I can't wait to see what Mater's done now. Oh, je vois Martin là-bas. Oh, Mater, you made your own idea. I love it.
Quel plaisir de vous présenter ma dernière création, la tour à Fiou. Nom de Dieu.
The iFuel Tower.
Seeing the Eiffel Tower was totally worth the drive, man. So groovy. Mayor, this is your masterpiece, man.
Ah, mes amis, c'est ainsi que se termine notre petite expédition sur la route 66. It was amazing! Et maintenant, profitez et faites un beau voyage sur la route de la vie. Route 66 was so much fun. Now I just want us all to go back.
Route 66 is much shorter than I
À
remember.
bientôt. Bye everybody. Take care.
Merci d'avoir été des nôtres aujourd'hui. Pour votre sécurité, veuillez rester assis jusqu'à l'arrêt complet du tram. Prenez garde à l'ouverture automatique des portes et faites attention à la marche en
That's
descendant.
it, yeah.
Veillez à ne pas oublier vos effets personnels.
I
Merci.
feel like it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But I feel like to understand why it's not that big a deal, you have to have been on the studio backlot tour here in the last couple years.
Remember to collect all your personal belongings. See y'all real soon.
The Laughing Cow truck has not arrived yet, sadly. I don't know if it's going to be here for my trip. The problem with relying on Catastrophe Canyon is still be your, like, one working facet of all that is that if when it doesn't work, like we just saw, no fire, it's, you know, really hurts the rest of the attraction. So yeah, it's not good. It's very bad. But it also replaced something that was very bad. You know? So cleaning up and making that less of a waste of time, and at least something that, you know, tourists will come and take some cute pictures of and be happy with, is at least a move in the right direction. Guest satisfaction is going to be way higher on that, and you keep the capacity of that. It's relatively all day a 5-minute wait. Better than screens too, yeah. I mean, you can't, if it was all screens, you couldn't take photos of it, which is really the only, you know, thing people are doing. The only real joy they're getting out of it. That and the Catastrophe Canyon's still here. I don't know if we could film on Ratatouille. Will I get yelled at if I bring this on Ratatouille? I think we had a couple of DLP regulars in the chat that might know. I have no idea. Yeah, if we can do it, I'll do it. I'm not sure if they'll let me bring this on. You can film on Ratatouille? All right, let's go. All right, I'll see, because I don't understand French, so if I get yelled at, let me know. It's only 5 minutes. Meanwhile, October 1st, you're going to be waiting 3 hours for this thing. Doesn't say no filming. All right. I almost turned the wrong way. Well, here's one part I really do like. Thank you.
For your safety, please remain seated throughout your adventure with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Oh, and keep an eye on your children.
There's no one in
Pour
here.
votre sécurité pendant votre aventure, restez assis en gardant en permanence vos mains, bras, pieds et jambes à l'intérieur de votre véhicule. Et surveillez les
One.
enfants.
Oh.
Voilà. Venez. Suivez-moi, je vous prie. The chef Rami is waiting for you. This way. Oh, here's they are, Rami. Des invités pour le dîner.
Yes, what here? Hein? Pour le repas idéal. Pour vin? Non. A simple omelet? Too simple.
What?
Mais oui, that's it!
Hey guys, the food is for them, not you. Cette nourriture est pour nos invités, pas pour vous.
What are you doing? Le manigancez
Oh.
out of my way!
bienvenue, chérie. À bientôt et bon appétit. Milo. Au revoir.
Si vous restez à la traîne, vous ne verrez jamais ce qui vous attend. Et au revoir.
Whoa. I like the spoiler they added on the back of the rest.
Veuillez rassembler vos affaires et descendre en faisant attention à la marche.
Okay. Be sure to have all your stuff. And watch your step as you exit.
Here's Bistro Chez Remy, which I think is the saving grace of the attraction. Oh, we lost you for a second. It should be back. The LTE went out. I think we're back though. I don't agree with the restaurant being bad. We've done a couple of the different menus. The lower the menu is, the worse it is. For sure. So at some point we did the linguine menu and it was noticeably not as good. But I like the sea bass on the Gusto menu is very, very good. Is it overpriced? Yeah, it's a theme park. It's going to be overpriced. But I thought it's very good and I think it's worth it to eat in there. It's one of, if not the best, Disney themed restaurant in the world. No, Tower they will not let you film on. That they in English say to us all the time. That I know. There are a lot of things you can't film on in this park. Cars Race Rally, they won't let you film. RC Racer, because they're afraid you're going to drop the phone. I think also the parachute drop they won't let you film on either. But that hasn't been open. It's been down.
Welcome. I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. Just like I always say to my good friend Woody.
Yeah. But I've heard people say that. And even Axel has said before, he's like, oh, we didn't like Bistro Chez Remy. And I was like, okay. And then we went, we had the bass and the filet. And I was like, this is very good. The wine pairing wasn't that much more expensive. We're going to have a full review. We attempted to do reviews of these before. And the writing staff, kind of buried them and never wrote them. And so the reviews aren't fresh in our head. So all this week we've been going back through a lot of restaurants we've had before. And some stuff we haven't. And so we're redoing the reviews and we're going to actually make sure they get put out in the next couple of days and weeks. So we'll have a nice library of Paris food reviews. Menus don't often change here, so they should be good for quite a while. Here's where... This is where the load area was for the studio tram tour. And now we have the customary construction walls with concept art on them. Oh, Samuel, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Here you're looking at Arendelle from Frozen. I'm most excited for this tiny, weird lighthouse structure that doesn't actually serve a purpose. It's just pretty. But yeah, in the mountain will be Frozen Ever After. There'll be dining and shopping and meet and greets and all those good things. Take a look at the gift shop. Yeah, I think we go in the gift shop, sure. You've all seen this before. This is the overall art of what they originally planned to do to this park. Obviously, a lot of this, I think, has already changed. Last I heard, alien swirling saucers was not still a thing. Star Wars sounds like it's dead now. But Frozen and Marvel are here, which are still coming. And I'm somewhat certain that after those, something else will come. I don't think they'll just abandon having a third facet of that expansion. And here's the different version of Avengers Campus that'll be here. There's no big headquarters building. Instead, the Quinjet's sitting on this pedestal next to the, on the left, that's the Iron Roller Coaster facade. So they're hiding the old rocket facade behind this. I don't know if it's even a screen. It might just be a illuminated metal curvature of some kind. We can go look. They were going to get a lessened version of Galaxy's Edge, a smaller one, where there was some argument as to if they were going to get just one ride and if it would be Rise or if it would be Falcon. And no one ever really seemed to have the answer. I think that's because in real life no one knew. Every time I had heard, there were arguments as to what it was actually going to be. And in the end, it sounds like they're just not going to bother with it. I think it speaks to the fact that, like, Galaxy's Edge is successful in the US, but it wasn't the gate-busting edition they thought it was going to be. It fell short in a couple areas, and I think they'll re-examine that project. And people here really love Star Wars, so I imagine something Star Wars will come that isn't Hyperspace Mountain. But yeah, you're looking at Avengers Campus now. There's this balcony up here on the Web Slingers building where we assume the entertainment will be. If anyone's nostalgic for the California Adventure Tower, here it is. This is one of the better shops here. I always find some good stuff in here. Of course, including this giant pile of popcorn. It's going to be the reoccurring joke this week. They do have some good tower stuff. I bought this shirt. Oh, not this one. Which one did I bought? The one underneath. We had this shirt in Florida. I bought this in Florida, this shirt. It does say Paris here, though, Walt Disney Studios. I bought this one because it's the Are You Brave Enough? This was the overlay they did for Halloween, which is now seemingly permanent, and that's a good thing because it's really great. Whoop. Camera shifting. They have the door hanger in French. The hats. So Avengers Campus probably doesn't, but we'll have this conversation when we go look at construction. We'll focus on the store we're in right now. I need to buy this mug. This is a cool mug. Anything inside now. But I gotta get that. I think I've got everything else here. They have a magnet that's the whole building. Then they also have something that's we don't even have that much of in Florida anymore is park-specific merchandise. So in the corner here, I don't know if we can get over here right now. Oh, there's some over here. They have park-specific merchandise for studios. Which I know this park isn't great, but it's my aesthetic. This is very MGM Studios, this mug, so I'll have to get it. Yeah. See, there's a lot of people over there in the corner now, but you see there's like a whole line of Walt Disney Studios Paris merchandise. Which again, it's my aesthetic, so I feel like I have to have it. And here's Web Slingers. It's coming along. A couple reminders, if you guys are enjoying the live stream, please hit the like button. Really helps people find us. Please subscribe if you haven't. We'll be live from Disneyland Paris every day through June 25th. We have lives from Walt Disney World all the time. We have a lot of other great content here on the channel as well. 3 times a week we have a news show for you to enjoy. We have the brand new Park Center debuting on Sunday, July 11th. And then, of course, there's our other channel, which currently is named WDWNT Entertainment, but it'll be changing names soon, and soon it will be home to WDW News Tonight, which returns July 8th from our new studio in Celebration, Florida, a town built by the Walt Disney Company. We missed Aladdin in the car. I can't catch him, he's leaving. The Genie car from Stars and Motor Cars at the Disney MGM Studios. There he goes, bye. Bye. Ooh, cast members are having a little meeting at Studio D, home of the Disney Junior Dream Factory. New show going to debut on July 1st. Maybe a soft opening this week. I'd love to see it. That'd be cool. Ticket information is coming. We had to make sure that the contractor was going to complete all the planned work before the to make sure we're going to be ready for July 8th debut, but it looks like we will be ready. So probably sometime in the last week of June, we'll have ticket information available to you. I'm going to let this Aladdin music die down before I talk about Adventures Kingdom. But yeah, cast members, get ready. It's cool, Paris coming back, not only just reopening, but the fact that there's a lot of new stuff. We got the Cars road trip, for better or for worse. The Dream Factory opening up. Hotel New York, the Art of Marvel in a couple days, which we'll be covering. We're staying there in a couple different room types. Gonna see how it is. Try out the restaurants, all that fun stuff. Oh good, the music finally ended. So yeah, you're looking down the main thoroughfare of Avengers Campus right now. So on the left side of the street, just past this big tan building, you'll see some teal stripes there. I can zoom. That was Restaurant de Stars. It was a buffet restaurant, so sit down. They're leaving most of the structure of that, and that's going to be the Pym restaurant. I don't know if they're using the name Pym Test Kitchen or not, but it's there's some similar elements there. And then down the block, the gray box attached to the end of that building was Blockbuster Cafe. Blockbuster Cafe was a pretty bland counter service with just a couple props sitting in it, and that's going to be now somewhat Iron Man themed. There'll be the Hulkbuster suit will be in there. I don't think they've released a name or anything for that location yet. And then way in the back, you see stage 8 and 9. Stages 8 and 9 are both the show building for what was Rock and Roller Coaster Avec Aerosmith, which will now be the Iron Man roller coaster. And you can see the steel frame of the curvature of that, whatever structure will be above the entrance is sitting there already for the Iron Man roller coaster. And then on the right, all this steel you see, and then some brickwork, and the balcony there is Web Slingers, a Spider-Man adventure, which may or may not have the same name here. It's unclear. Sometimes those names, the American attraction names, don't translate well, so they change them. So I don't know if they're going to keep the same name or not. I don't know. And that's that's what makes up Avengers Campus here. Not much more. They're retheming a ride, so it's kind of a little more than it is in California, but eventually California will get the e-ticket. The e-ticket's never been announced nor planned for here. The e-ticket was only planned for Hong Kong, and it sounds like it's completely dead there too. So someone asked about, I'm gonna mispronounce the hell out of this, Café de Cascadeurs, is that right? I don't know. It's basically what the Stuntman Cafe. It was a real, they bought a real old diner and they plopped it down. Oh, we're gonna have more characters here in a second. But they bought an old diner and plopped it down in the park, and it was the coolest little thing to sit in this little diner in the back lot by Lights Motors Action and have a hamburger. It was really cute. Probably the most charming thing in this park. And unfortunately, it sounds like it's not coming back. Funny enough, the server we had there, we had him again at Restaurant the Stars, and we had a whole conversation with him there because we remembered him from the other restaurant, and he talked to us about how much he loved and missed it. And then funny enough, today when we ate at the Lucky Nugget, he was our server there, and we told him about how we remembered him, and then he suddenly remembered us as the Americans who had a 30-minute conversation with him at Restaurant the Stars. I don't know if I can stand here or not. Am I too close? Maybe. I'll take another step back. I love Lucky Nugget. I mean, not only is it beautiful, the food's actually really good. You know, people really are down on the food here, and the fish and chips there are legitimately very good. Again, none of the food here is going to change your life, but you can find good food. But as far as like, I don't know, the fish and chips hit the spot. I like it. Oh, they're gonna do another loop. They're gonna do another loop around us. Here they go. Waving to people in the Marvel meet and greet line. We still haven't done this Marvel meet and greet yet. I gotta do this at some point. The heroic experience, excuse me. When I come here, I feel like a 60-year-old man. I can't remember the names of anything because it's only my 4th trip here. But it's weird to go to a theme park where I don't remember the names of things. Is there an actual golden nugget somewhere in the restaurant? All right, let's see. I've had enough of the Incredibles. Let's get out of here. Guys are real close to 200 likes here. Need 17 more. Please hit that like button. It does appear that giant map is over that Dinotopia wall, because there was some Dinotopia style brickwork visible on the side. I do like this film strip ground. Yeah, in total, I don't think there's that much we can stream here in this park. There's no shows right now, obviously. Again, the Animation Celebration that has a Frozen distanced meet and greets at the moment. These are mostly just facades, although occasionally this is an ice cream shop. Oh, is there a Captain America Sundae? Not that I think this is going to open soon, but the Super Soldier Sundae. Look at that. Vanilla flavor sundae. Strawberry. This is cool. I like this ice cream truck. Is there a big soccer match? Is the Euro right now? I used to watch World Cup and Euro religiously in the past. In my later years, I don't know, as I've had less and less time, I haven't watched a lot of sports. Oh, look at this. The power source comes out of a garbage can. That's fantastic. Fantastic. This is cool. France plays tomorrow. It's good to know. So we should not plan to eat anywhere that is also a bar tomorrow, because the place will be ransacked. It's Hollywood and Lime. You get a flatbread at Hollywood and Lime. Disney would let Universal keep the title of having the best Spider-Man ride. I don't think that was their thought process. I can't speak for them. I think they had developed the technology. Someone said it would be really fun, wouldn't it, if you can actually sling webs, right? Like, what are the things, you know, when people think about becoming Spider-Man, what are the things why do they want to become Spider-Man, right? And I think people are like, oh, well, yeah, they want to sling webs. So how do we do a ride where you actually can sling webs? And I think that's what happened. And because Imagineering and the company are what they are right now, it was built as purely a screen ride. Like, not even the pre-show got an animatronic or anything, any cool physical stuff, right? That, I imagine the process, like, that's what happened with Smuggler's Run, right? I know, myself included, a lot of people talk trash about Smuggler's Run. There are some things they did really well. I think the core problem of Smuggler's Run is that it's not what people wanted. I think they misinterpreted what people thought was cool about flying in the Millennium Falcon. People wanted to fly in the Millennium Falcon with Han Solo and Chewbacca. They wanted to go on that adventure with them. People didn't necessarily want to live in a world where Han Solo is dead and they're the captain of the Millennium Falcon. I think people wanted those characters to be along for the ride with them. I think that's the problem. What else do we do in this park? I love this part. We can go hang out in Studio One. We can go get demonetized and blocked for the song it's playing. Brand New Day's playing. Let's go look at Toon Studio. I like Smuggler's Run. I don't think it's as repeatable as you would think for being an interactive ride. But I think the first time you go in there, like, the queue is stunning. The pre-show is fun. As far as ride vehicles go, the cockpit of the Falcon is one of the coolest ride vehicles they've ever done. Like, you're sitting in the cockpit of the Falcon, and at no point do you get taken away from that. At every point of that experience, it really feels like you're there. No, Web Slingers isn't an e-ticket. It's probably not supposed to be, but I think Disney's problem, and someone brought this up with Cars Road Trip. The problem is when you market heavily and in a certain way that people come in expecting world and you can't deliver it to them. So Avengers Campus opening with just Web Slingers. Again, blockbuster, giant preps will go down as the biggest movie franchise of all time. Avengers. And all you've got for them is some, oh God, all you've got for them is some shawarma and, you know, an Ant-Man restaurant and a Spider-Man shooter ride. And that's your entry for, again, possibly the biggest franchise of all time. And someone said for Road Trip, they're like, Paris really heavily marketed it. And I think maybe that built some expectations that were unrealistic. Because if you watch News Today, you knew, like I knew what we were getting into, which is probably why I'm the only person not disappointed. In fact, I think I'm kind of disappointed that it wasn't worse. Maybe I expected something worse from that. And honestly, I don't think it was that bad. I think it's, you know, it's junk, but it's a lateral move for Studio Tram Tour into Cars Road Trip. They're the same level of junk. But yeah, that's the problem, I think, is just continuing to like Ratatouille. Like, I don't know. That being said, I think way more people will be happy with Ratatouille than were with Web Slingers. Or any of these other things we've talked about. I said from the first trip I took here, when I rode Ratatouille, I was like, it's disappointing to me because I could see in the physical scenes that load area and in that big fridge, you can see the potential that could have been if that was given a full budget and not relied on screens. Ratatouille could have been up there with Pirates and Mansion and Rise and Mystic Manor and all of those. And it wasn't given the opportunity to. The rug was kind of taken out from under it. Yeah, we definitely can't stream Crush's Coaster. That I'm pretty sure of. We can go look at it. Let's go look at it. If you ask me, like, name a attraction that's really junky and a big disappointment in this park, I wouldn't think of Cars Road Trip. I'd think of this. Crush's Coaster is really junky. The ride vehicles are cute. The queue has moments where it's cute. There's like a handful of show scenes in the ride that are fine. But then the coaster, like the real coaster part it feels like the Dark Knight ride at Six Flags. And then Crush is projected on like the lowest grade projection surface I've ever seen in a Disney attraction. Like, it looks like something that if you guys remember when COVID started and people started making like theme park attractions in their home, it looked like one of those. That's what the Crush's Coaster projections in the Gravity Building look like. It looks like someone hung up a curtain and then pointed a projector at it. Yeah, Playland adds capacity though, right? It's easy to hate on Toy Story Playland. I have such a bigger grudge with Toy Story Land because, again, Walt Disney World has the budget and the money and the amount of guests to do something better. And so they did Slinky Dog Dash, which is better than most Toy Story Land attractions around the world, but still got budget cut into having almost nothing to look at. And so I'm almost more endeared to these tinier Toy Story Lands because they are what they are. Like they are these, these small lands with a couple of kiddie rides, but at least, I don't know, they feel more true to Toy Story, and I understand their purpose. Let's go look. You guys brought up Toy Story Playland, so let's go look at it. Honestly, I don't know how much more streaming in the next few days we'll do from this park, because there's just not much to do. I think in the midst of this stream, we may end up at the other park. It doesn't feel like a Disney park, because, but you got to understand the story, right? Like, at the time, Disney didn't believe in this. They didn't believe in their parks. And they had a legal implication where they had to build the park or they lose the rights to the land, right? So they had to build a second park, and they had the money they had, and they did what they did. So, It is what it is.
Sergent et ses soldats ont établi un poste de reconnaissance pour leur prochaine mission. Ils se préparent pour l'opération Saut en parachute. Nom de code, Sierra Echo Papa. Votre mission, vous amuser.
There are, I think in this Toy Story, the Storylands though, there are little moments that are so much more thoughtful and endearing than there was in our Toy Story Land, because we also didn't do anything new. There's very little new, right? So, you know, on the first time out, the Connects fence, these Brio train track benches, which these are fantastic, right? These are great. Obviously, you know, some of the rides. The parachute drop leaves something to be desired. But at least it's a cute little area. There's a big green Jeep back there. And the huts. You know, the big walkie-talkies back there. This is like, again, the big footprint. They had the big footprint. The Slinky Dog Zigzag Spin Queue goes through a Lincoln Log tunnel, and then it has Lincoln Log switchbacks for a while. Domino retaining wall. I don't know, it's cute enough. My favorite Toy Story Land is well, I like the Hong Kong one just because of the setting. Up against the mountains, you really do feel small. That and all the bamboo they put, which kind of looks like grass, big blades of grass, works out really well. But this Shanghai's got a couple cute things too, but no, these rides are terrible. Like Parachute Drop and this are terrible. I am secretly, and I know a lot of people will never believe this, I am secretly a huge super fan of RC Racer. I love RC Racer. There's shade. Yeah, I'm in the shade right now. There's all these trees. Also, it's not in Orlando, though. So, you know, different expectations. If we go over here, I'll show you what I like about RC Racer. Number one, this might be my favorite queue idea, like just the concept. It's a slot car track. So it winds, it has like all the railings, and it even has the track, you know, where the car would sit to race on a slot car track. I just think it's, again, they didn't have, like, think about it, like Imagineers were given little budget for this project, but they made the most of it with thoughtful ideas. Like, if we do have this limited budget, what can we do with it? And I think at the very least, you know, there were a lot of creative choices made. And then our Toy Story Land, I feel like they just were like, all right, we're going to do a lot of connects because we don't have any other ideas for fencing. So just build connects fencing through the whole land. The whole land. So what I like about this land, it was very much, all right, well, yeah, we're going to do connects fencing in a lot of the common area, but, you know, it's a kid's, you know, it's a kid's backyard. Like, he's gonna run out of connects at some point. What's the next thing he's gonna use? And so, Lincoln Logs, you know, slot car track. I also like RC Racer. Again, it's a giant Hot Wheel track. It's got this big launching apparatus. Like, it looks like it is made out of toys, and the vehicle's cute, and the ride's kind of fun. It's short, but it's fun. I legitimately wish we had RC Racer in Florida. No Guardians here. They were talking about it at one point, and supposedly the story goes that the company that built the attraction, or at least did the facade, there was a clause in the contract that they were responsible to do facade repair. And so what happened was either they could go through with the change and build Guardians, or for no additional money, I believe, again, a clause of the original contract, that company had to come repair the facade. This is how I understand it. Could be wrong. And so they chose to just repair the facade, which they did go through with not that long ago, a couple of years ago. They fixed the tower facade here. So they're going to keep it. We did a couple rides already. We'll do more. It's just I was trying to find something else we could stream in this park, but I think the grand total of additional things we could stream in this park is Slinky Dog Zigzag Spin and Magic Carpets of Aladdin, whatever it's called here. I can't translate the name here. I think that's it. I think we're done. I think we're going to go to the other park. I'm not going to end this stream after 63 minutes. There's actually a good crowd. There's 420 of you watching. So I feel compelled that we should continue onward. Some reminders if you're enjoying the stream while we begin this walk to the other park. Please hit the like button and please subscribe. Those things are very helpful to our efforts. If you want to be any more supportive than that, you can be by either leaving a super chat here on YouTube, or you can join the WDWNT Interglobe Society through Patreon at patreon.com/WDWNT. I know it's been a while, but we are going to film. We're going to film a couple more episodes of Detailed while I'm here. Some Paris exclusive Detailed episodes, which are available at the $7 a month level. Make sure we get a couple of those in the can while we're here. Again, the other park, probably one of the most detailed Disney parks ever built, so there will be no shortage of opportunities to talk about really great hidden references and cool thematic choices and props and things to look at that park. Are you going to Tokyo or Hong Kong next? It really depends what those countries will allow. The only reason Paris was next, not that I don't love Paris, because I do, but the only reason Paris is today is because they were reopening the park and the country decided that vaccinated Americans could visit. What's funny is since we got here, they've actually moved the United States into the green category, which means now you can travel here without a PCR test, which is pretty wild. That being said, to go back to the US, we do have to get one again. So we do in a couple days have a PCR test scheduled here, which we will need a negative one to go home. So there are still some, there's still some hang-ups with travel, but it's coming back. You love every Disney park but Shanghai. I think I love this park, and not because it's good. I think I love this park because there are some moments in it that make me nostalgic for MGM of my childhood, and that's purely where my love of this park comes from. It is certainly not for nearly anything in it. With it. But yeah, if you grew up going to Disney World and you went to MGM, you might come into this park and at least have a couple moments where you're like, oh yeah, I remember when that park was like that. I'm not saying MGM was ever bad. I don't think MGM was, but I do think there are some moments of that, that working studio theme park vibe that this park still has.
Bienvenue à Disneyland Paris. Nous sommes ravis de vous accueillir aujourd'hui. Pour la santé et la sécurité de tous, veuillez porter un masque et vous couvrir la bouche lorsque vous toussez et éternuez. Pensez également à vous laver les mains souvent et soigneusement et à garder une distance physique entre vous et les autres visiteurs. Pour profiter au mieux de votre temps, nous vous invitons à télécharger l'application officielle.
So I'm a bit of a mental case, and despite this being my 4th trip to Disneyland Paris, I have still not been to Paris, the city, nor anywhere else in Europe. They're typically kind of work trips, and then the people I come with have typically been to the city before, and we're not, either didn't feel the need to go back or didn't have that much fun to where they felt the need to go back. At some point, I think at some point down the road, I will make my way into the city. And wait for this loud announcement to be done. I have not seen the Eiffel Tower yet, which makes me sad. I do want to see the Eiffel Tower. You go to the Louvre. Go to a nice restaurant. You hear mixed things. Some people are like, oh, it's fun. Oh, the city was kind of dirty. Oh, the people were rude. Oh, this. Oh, that. I will make a point to go at some point. There are some other European theme parks too that I want to go to that people have talked about quite a bit. We used the train once before. This time we Ubered. It was relatively inexpensive to Uber this time. If you're looking at these posters thinking these look pretty familiar, well, that's because that is absolutely the Ratatouille poster for Epcot. And this one looks familiar because it was the DCA overhaul, the California Adventure overhaul version of Tower of Terror poster. And then that is a slightly altered version of Hong Kong Disneyland's Toy Story Land poster. So they've reworked them a little bit and they're now here. They do have Uber, no Lyft. Lyft doesn't exist here, but Uber does. That's a wrap. Yeah, I'll make my way over there. I think we talked about not doing it this trip really because, things are still not completely normal yet. And if I do go there, I'd like things to be normal. I think also Eiffel Tower isn't open. The Nautilus walkthrough is a 60-minute wait because it's not actually the Nautilus walkthrough. The characters in steampunk clothes are now meeting inside the Nautilus. So at the big window where the squid attack would take place, you can meet a character. So we have video. I haven't edited it yet. We met Minnie in there. So it does have like us queuing through the whole Nautilus walkthrough and then meeting her at the end. So we'll have that up the next couple days. That video will be up. Yeah, so I'm glad it happened just because I was sad that we were going to come here and the Nautilus walkthrough wouldn't be operating because I love that. Really, really love that. But it was cool because it was a queue and because of the distancing measures, there was some spacing and some time to stop every, 1 meter and take photographs. And so I have hundreds of really detailed photos of all the props and everything in there now, which is great. It's what I've always wanted. Not that you couldn't do that before, but sometimes it'd be a little crowded in there and people kind of rush you along. And so it was nice to have people out of the way and be able to photograph as much stuff as we wanted to photograph. So they're doing some pavement work out here in the entrance area, and it's given them the opportunity to do all this great ruler art of all the different attractions here at the parks. These are great. Buzz Lightyear looked good. Unfortunately, I don't think they repaired the vehicles, so we had malfunctioning guns. The ride looks fantastic. Like, there are effects on that version of the ride I didn't know existed that worked. Effects that I don't think I've even seen work in Anaheim. I have seen them work in Tokyo because, you know, Tokyo maintenance being what it is. But I would dare say maintenance here, when they're given the budget to do it, they do a really good job. So any of the attractions that have come out of big refurbishment projects here always look great. And Buzz is no different. I'd say the Buzz animatronic in the pre-show looks better than I've seen any of them look, and that includes Tokyo on that account. It's really good movement. It looks really great. I think we have to go to we have a special entrance here just for us. Infinity. Yeah, Pirates, and sadly Phantom had a lot of problems when we rode the other day. I was really sad. Phantom was not looking great. Got to take in this view while you can, because sooner or later scaffolding is going to go up on the Disneyland Hotel here for the big refurbishment. But yeah, I like I say all the time, this and Disney Sea are the two best Disney parks ever built. This is the best Castle Park, Disney Sea the best second gate. Hello in the Netherlands. Thank you for joining us. Please hit the like button. We're almost at 300 likes. Come on, I need to prove to the rest of the management team that international park streams are a good investment. So I got to get lots of likes and lots of views so we can keep doing these. I think it's also a nice break from the usual. Thank you guys. We're over 300 now. That's great. Greetings in the UK. It is nice. I'm seeing a lot more European viewers, a lot of viewers from countries we don't usually get on our live streams because of the times we stream from the US parks. Obviously, our hours of operation are when they are. They don't change very much. So you were the 300 like. Well, thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. Go to our special Infinity entrance. Let's go. Let's go. Hello. There we go. I do not live here. I live in Orlando, Florida, which is where WDWNT.com is based out of, where our offices are and where I call home. I have a Paris annual pass because generally we come, I'd say, twice a year, and for a longer amount of time than most human beings come to Disneyland Paris. So I feel like it pays to have it. We were very grateful to have it for the previews. They did 2 days of previews of the park earlier in the week, and it was a great offering for pass holders, showing it's a wonderful offering, right? Shows a lot of appreciation for these people that come here all the time, and it was really fun time. I think we just missed the Princess Cavalcade. I heard it. I still haven't seen that one. I need to track that down at some point. Hotel New York opens on the 21st. We will be there. Our live stream that day will be from Hotel New York. But obviously we'll also have some pre-recorded content. We'll have room tours, a look at the restaurants, the common areas, all of that stuff. The castle is going to look great. I love we have this little tease of it. We'll go up there and look at it. We have this little tease of what the castle is going to look like. A couple of turrets are sticking out of the walls, or the tarps, and they look unbelievable. It's already the best Disney castle. And, you know, once we see it in refurbished shape, it's going to be 30th anniversary next year is going to be very special. Very special. It's pretty crowded today. Yeah, this Main Street. You'll see a lot of similarities to Disney World's Main Street in the facades, but that's pretty much where the similarities end. The shop interiors are hyper themed, filled with a lot of propping. They're really cool. Obviously you have the arcades. We should go into one of the arcades, probably. No fireworks here. I think just Shanghai and then early July, we'll add Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Disneyland to the fireworks list. We should go look at the arcade. People may not know what I'm talking about. Look at this. And here we are in the Discovery Arcade. The Statue of Liberty diorama is on the other side, the other arcade. With there's the Liberty Arcade and the Discovery Arcade. The Discovery Arcade celebrates world expositions, world fairs, and inventions because it's on the Discoveryland side. And then the Liberty Arcade celebrates America as it leads towards Frontierland, which obviously is a celebration of the American West. Behind the curtain, you mean the diorama, the Statue of Liberty diorama? Take a look at the turrets. We got quite a turnout. This is the most we've had watching concurrently here while we've been in Paris. That's great. Let's keep it going. I know we are getting into more normal hours for many of you in the U.S. As time zone by time zone, you guys are waking up. Oh, let's go look at the spring decorations, which are out. The Aristocats, and we've got Bambi, Thumper, and Flower. Favorite attraction at Disneyland Paris? Oh man, that's tough. I don't know that I could ever choose between Phantom Manor and Pirates. They're both the best version of like two of the rides that make Disney parks. So I don't even know. It's between those two though. Favorite resort? I haven't stayed at most of them. I've stayed at what'd I stay? Sequoia Lodge, Disneyland Hotel, and now we're staying at Newport Bay Club. And then I guess Hotel New York will be our fourth. So I still haven't done Cheyenne, Santa Fe, Davy Crockett. Those are the other three, right? Yeah, usually it's a very cool castle, unfortunately. Being refurbished right now, but it's a good thing, right? Because the 30th is next year, and it'll be so nice to see this castle looking perfect for next year's anniversary. Well, we get a little preview of the turrets, and they're gorgeous. The restoration is really something. And we have a video on the site at WDWNT.com. Paris released a video of the restoration process and the team working on it, and how they hired people who actually restore real castles and real historic monuments here in Europe. But I don't know, phone quality's not gonna be the best, but it's in person. The gold leaf is stunning. The turret looks really vibrant and colorful. It looks great. Someone asked about Space Mountain in Paris. I very much respect Space Mountain here. It's beautiful. I respect the original concept. I think it was really cool. I don't like Hyperspace Mountain, and also I find the ride a little jarring. It's a little rough for me. To their credit, again, you know, a launch and with all those inversions and inside, never been done before in 1995. So it had to begin somewhere, and they did it, and it's a real achievement. It's just not my favorite thing. But I love the building, and I would, if they brought back the original concept, if it came back and the canon actually worked again, I would, no matter how nauseous I would get, I would make a point to ride that repeatedly. The original score. That's the other thing too. We also had the soundtrack, which hadn't really been done at that time either. Those guys changed the game forever with Space Mountain here. I love that there's a tip board. It's a tip board just for Discoveryland. Buzz Lightyear's 10. Is it really only 10 for Buzz? The park seems so much busier than that. I think because Buzz does not have reduced capacity. They're seating every vehicle. Do you guys want to do Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast? Is that a thing you guys want to do? I see a lot of people asking for Buzz. Let's just do it. Let's do it. It says 10 minutes. Buzz Lightyear replaced Le Visionarium here, which was in Florida called the Timekeeper. What does a bottle of soda cost there in dollars? I don't know. I've bought plenty of them. I should know. I just never look at what I'm paying. They tell me a price. I swipe my card and that's it. I know a glass of soda at dinner the other night was more than €5. It was €5 and some change. And I was like, that's a lot of money for a glass of soda. And that also typically here does not include refills. Refills are not typically a thing in Paris. Wine is sometimes usually like $1 more. It is $1 more for alcohol, or €1 more. Sorry, €1 more for alcohol at that same restaurant. So yeah, not a big difference. No. Do not speak French, sorry. Very little. So like, excusez-moi, bonjour. That's about it. I think I speak more Japanese than I do French. Well, everyone's using the Purell. I'll use some Purell, sure. No smoking. No smoking, please.
Star Command, this is Green Squadron calling. Do you receive our transmission?
We read you, Green Squadron. What is your position?
Bad. Very bad. Our whole green planet is in danger.
Can you identify the source of this threat?
No. 99.9% of cast members speak English. Being a big white guy, they automatically assume that I speak French and that I'm from here. But once you say one word, hello, or something to them in English, they right away just switch gears. And they're typically, very nice about it. Despite all the things people tell you, that they're like, oh, sometimes they're rude, blah, blah, blah. I've had very few rude cast members in my 4 trips here. Maybe like 2 out of everyone we've ever spoken to. I look like I could be from Europe, you know. I don't dress very different from or look very different from a lot of the hardcore Disneyland Paris fans that come here.
Son armée de robots est en train de voler les générateurs à cristaux fusion. Sans ces générateurs, nous serons tous privés d'énergie et à la merci des
So very early on in the ride, we're going to look for Nine-Eye, which is a animatronic character from Le Visionarium, or Timekeeper in Walt Disney World. It's going to be in the very first scene. I'm going to zoom in on it. May not look great because we're streaming on a phone, but I'm going to zoom in on it either way. Something fun to look at. I don't know, Nigel. I will tell you, being in the U.S. does not give me any sort of understanding of our COVID protocols, and I think I speak for probably any country. You never know what the next week is going to be. You never know what regulations are going to change or be relaxed or whatever at that point. So I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. I'm typically not a fan of the art in these attractions, the Buzz Lightyear ones, but I really love this guy. He's very cute. Well, even if I have a working gun, I gotta have one hand on you guys. That sounded really wrong. I gotta have one hand on the stabilizer, right?
Attention, Space Rangers. This is Star Command. Prepare for immediate launch. Flight safety requires that you remain seated with hand.
So even though Discoveryland has a very different Space Mountain, the art here is still representative of the White Space Mountains.
Please face forward and sit back in your seat. Your shield will be lowered automatically.
Veuillez s'il vous plaît vous asseoir au fond de vos sièges. Votre barre de protection va s'abaisser automatiquement.
Please face forward and sit back in your seat. Your shield will be lowered automatically.
Veuillez s'il vous plaît vous asseoir au fond de vos sièges. Votre barre de protection va s'abaisser automatiquement.
Please face forward and sit back in your seat. Your shield will be lowered automatically.
Veuillez s'il vous plaît vous asseoir au fond de vos sièges. Votre barre de protection va s'abaisser.
Yeah, that's what's weird. I don't know why we had so many problems the other day. The guns are real funky. Also, clearly the paint on our car was all beat up, so... All right, we're looking for Nine-Eye. There she is. Zoom! There's Nine-Eye. All right, let's try to shoot at things. I'm pretending because I can't watch the screen and shoot. Oh, we stopped. All right, I'm going to shoot things.
Vos croiseurs spatiaux ont été momentanément stoppés.
There we go.
Rangers de l'espace. Vos croiseurs spatiaux vont redémarrer. Attention, Space Rangers. Your space
So I'm sure everyone knows this, but obviously the diamond targets are worth the most, then the squares, and then the circles are worth the least. I think everyone knows that. Focus on showing you guys the ride. See, look at that. I don't think I've ever seen that work anywhere else. Yeah, sorry, the Wi-Fi dipped out. I switched back to LTE.
Attention, Space Rangers. You landed on Planet C. Be ready for anything.
I think if we shoot the volcano, it'll light up. Try. There we go. Look at that. But what I've noticed, I've never seen this work. If you shoot these guys, that happens. I've not seen that on any version of this ride actually work. Yeah, no, it's the Tokyo, Paris, and Anaheim versions are all nearly identical.
Attention, Rangers de l'espace.
We're stuck.
Vos croiseurs spatiaux ont été momentanément
They were all
stoppés.
built around the same time. Hong Kong was too, but that's gone now.
Dans un bref instant.
That was replaced by Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Attention, Rangers de l'espace. Vos croiseurs spatiaux vont redémarrer.
Attention, Space Rangers. Your space cruisers will now be restarted.
We've got Zerg on the run. Blasting everything you got.
French Zerg is a vibe. The Walt Disney World version is the worst. It's completely decimated. The maintenance is non-existent. How no one has felt the need to refurbish or update the Florida ride, I don't understand.
Mission accomplished, Space Rangers. It's been an honor serving with you.
Good job, Space Rangers. Exit your space cruiser to the right.
Bon boulot, Rangers de l'espace. Sortez de votre croiseur spatial à la droite.
Good job, Space Rangers. Exit your space cruiser to the right.
Bon boulot.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Some good shooting, the 10 shots I took. As Michael Scott once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Guys, we're closing in on 400 likes. I believe in us. We can do it. We can do it. Almost 500 viewers, too. This girl couldn't get out of the Autopia photo op car. It's great. All right, it is time to hit everyone with the most overshared, ubiquitous fact. Fun fact about Disneyland Paris. Did you know that Space Mountain was originally going to be called Discovery Mountain? And in fact, it changed so late in the game that there are still DM icons on the bridge. There are references to Discovery Mountain because, again, the name changed so late in the game right before opening. Again, I'm sure everyone knew that. It's overshared. No way, you knew that, Chief. Get out of here. Stop being mean. The other thing I like in this land is the blood feud between the real pigeons and the animatronic ones. So there's a number of real pigeons hanging out in this land. But then there's also some not real pigeons we should go look at. There goes one of the pigeons, the real ones. Let's go look at the fake ones. Here at the Videopolis Cafe Hyperion. The Hyperion, of course, the ship from Island at the Top of the World. Tony Baxter wanted to make that one of the focal points of Discovery Bay at Disneyland. It never got built, so when he was put in charge of this park, he's like, we're doing it. We're gonna make this ship happen. And the Hyperion made it as part of a restaurant. And so the fun thing here is if we go up to the cockpit of the blimp, there are some animatronic pigeons, and you can hear them too. Is it weird going on rides in a different language? I think originally it was. I think now I'm used to it, or I don't even think about it. But yeah, for Tokyo, I remember my first international park was Tokyo, and I remember that trip. Like the first thing we went on and they started talking in Japanese, I was like, oh, that's weird. But now I think you get used to it. I would say in the course of your first trip, you get used to it real fast. And the great thing about Disney, in particular theme park attractions, is they're designed with that in mind. Like, they tell a good story even if you can't necessarily figure out what the dialogue is. Like, you have a good idea of what's going on, whether you speak the language or not. It's a really bad reason not to go. I don't think it's a good reason not to go. It will not impede on your enjoyment at all. You know, some of my favorite attractions, which are in Tokyo, like I don't even know completely what they're saying. I have no idea what they're talking about. But like Journey Center of the Earth and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I couldn't tell you what they're talking. I have a vague idea of the story and like what's happening, like the major happenings of the attraction, but I couldn't tell you what anyone's talking about. Still love them, doesn't matter. Unfortunately, Discoveryland dead ends right now. They don't have the gate open, so we got to go back this way. Oh, I figured it would go a different way. It is windy. The weather was supposed to be bad. It's supposed to be rainy the last 2 days, and it hasn't really rained. Rained a little in the evening last night, but not really. I have been to Inventions. I've been to Inventions twice for the weekend buffet with the characters. Super expensive, but we really loved it both times. A lot of money, but when you get 8 characters that are usually at least in rare costumes or are rare characters, you know, and the food is pretty good too. It was a good time. Yeah, I think the audio thing isn't on every attraction though. So at Disney World, like we don't translate every attraction in that manner. It's only some of them. The same way where we offer closed captioning, we don't offer the closed captioning on every ride or every attraction. It's usually just shows. So like Country Bears has it. Tokyo only had it with Stitch. They gave us the translation machine for Stitch, and it like died halfway through the show and came back at like the end. So I still didn't really see what was going on. I forget what there's 2 things in Japan that have the translation machine. I don't remember what the other one is. This land definitely has music. It's playing. It's just, I think you're just not hearing it. Might be the wind. The wind might be hurting it. There's the music. You're hearing it right now. Oh, thanks, guys. I see we crossed 400 likes. That's great. Why did they build Buzz for every resort? Because people love Toy Story. People love Toy Story. It was already developed. It wasn't super expensive. I think it was easy for everyone. Also, it replaced, in all those places, it replaced something that was kind of dead. Something that guests weren't really going to see anymore. So yeah, like here, I think Visionarium had kind of died out. So they decided to replace it. Same in Tokyo, it's kind of dead, time to get rid of it. And then at Disneyland, the building was empty because of rocket rods. So it made the most sense there, like they needed an attraction. They needed something else in Tomorrowland. That sun is strong right now. I would do Autopia commentary, but undoubtedly I will say something offensive. So I'm going to skip it. I like Autopia here. It's cute. Nothing to write home about, but it's very cute. It's no Nautilus, but... You know. Such a beautiful park. Is it 5 p.m.? I can't actually see the time. I mean, I assume not where any of you are, it's 5 p.m. It's probably 5 p.m. here. Yeah, Orbitron was fully disassembled for refurbishment. It's the thing they do with all of these every couple of years. They got to disassemble and reassemble for maintenance. Oh, I like Pirates here way more. No, because it's actually Pirates. Pirates in Shanghai isn't Pirates of the Caribbean. It's only Pirates of the Caribbean in name. It's a screen-based movie ride. And don't get me wrong, Pirates in Shanghai, what they did, that ride system is insane. It is an incredible achievement. And the first half of the ride, I think, is very good. The latter half of the ride, when they start to really rely on the screens, kind of turned into a Universal attraction. And it's like, yeah, you showed me really great animatronics of these characters earlier. Now they're just sort of on these big flat screen surfaces. Like that doesn't really work. Should we just stand here for like an hour? It's a pretty serene spot. Yeah, so that means it is 5. It's 5 o'clock here then. Shanghai Pirates is disappointing the same way Ratatouille was, where I feel like people talked it up so much. And then I went on and I was like, oh, okay. And Ratatouille not the same way. A lot of people just said they really liked it. And I went on and I was like, oh, all right. And then Shanghai Pirates literally was the first thing we did. We ran right to that ride. And then we all looked at each other and I went, so it was just okay, right? And Jason and my other friend just nodded and like, yeah, it's fine. Again, totally in agreement. The ride system, unbelievable. And I pray at some point that ride system will be used again, because I think they could do something really, really unbelievable with it. And high capacity too. Like that's the other thing that amazes me, is that they built a real big Pirates e-ticket, but also with super high capacity, it seats so many people. I wore my naughty shirt yesterday. I wore it yesterday. I forgot to take a picture with it, with the Nautilus here. I might just bring the shirt in my backpack one day and take a photo of like holding it here with the Nautilus. I'll do the same in Tokyo at some point. We can replace those more generic photos on Carousel products. Yeah, I think obviously, like, there's no way you can't visit more of the parks or all of them and then not start to feel differently about each one, because you have those other experiences. You can compare and contrast. And that's why I think there's two big reasons as for why I've been a little more negative about Walt Disney World the last couple of years. Number one, I've seen Tokyo and seen that you can still run a park that's efficient and clean and where maintenance exists, and really great, big, fantastic attractions. If you want to, you can do it. And the second part is, I think, just Disney's, since Pandora, just kind of been on a decline, just looking to cut corners in places and spend less on new attractions. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, please support Carousel of Products by shopping at carouselofproducts.com. We have some new stuff coming up soon. I think we're gonna hold off any releases until the opening of the new studio. There will be, for those of you who are interested, there will be grand opening merchandise for the new location. And in fact, there will be two versions of some of the merchandise. There will be a exclusive version of some of the merchandise that's only available if you come to the studio. So there's a version, I think, of the grand opening pin that's only at the studio itself. And then there'll be a version that we sell online. But there will be, whether you come in person or watching online, opening night of the new studio, July 8th. There will be opening night or grand opening merchandise for the WDWNT celebration location. We also have plenty more park specific stuff coming. We have a line of merchandise for Living with the Land. And what other attractions? A couple other attractions we have cooking. We got stuff cooking for, I don't want to spoil it. Living with the Land I'll mention, but we've got some cool park related stuff coming up too, which there'll be a more frequent stream of new merchandise again once the studio's open in July. But all right, we've been on for 2 hours, and this was supposed to be a Walt Disney Studios only stream. So I don't know what time we're streaming tomorrow yet. I need to check our dinner reservations and such. Tomorrow night might be the later stream. I think we're going to do like a 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., which will be, again, 11 a.m. or noon start time, East Coast in the U.S. Tickets are not available yet for the studio. They should be in the next week or two, before the end of the month. Definitely before the end of the month, so we'll have tickets available. But yeah. Don't worry, we'll be live every day from Paris. This is not it. We got plenty more days here, including the opening of Hotel New York, The Art of Marvel. And we got plenty more of this park to see too. We got lots more we're going to stream from here. Maybe we'll do a stream with some character meet and greets. If you're a WIGS member, which you can join at patreon.com/WDWNT. If you go into the live shows chat on our Discord for WIGS members, the WIGS Cord, if you will, you guys can drop in there some ideas for things you want to see. If you want us to do more of the character greetings, if there's certain rides you still want to see us stream, or certain things in particular you want us to stream from the parks, drop us a note in there. I'll look over it when I have some time, and I'll make sure we get to that while we're doing these streams. But please hit the like button if you haven't yet before we head out. It really helps us out. Make sure more people see this as the day progresses. And we'll see you guys real soon.